Then my dog died.
Yes, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
What's his
It
name?
was my fault, Sterling. And then
Sterling.
I ended up finding a wine bottle that had his name on it. So I was like, let
She
me
said,
buy
"Don't hate on
it.
Gemini's." I'm sorry, baby. I'm
Who
just
said
saying,
that?
Kayla. I'm sorry, Kayla. I'm just saying, Gemini.
Look cuckoo for
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
right.
It ain't just y'all though. It's Sagittarius. It's Libras. Sometimes Aries. I'm sorry, people,
Taurus, Gemini, Pisces. Oh,
but Pisces are the best, just so y'all know. But anyway,
Scorpio, Sagittarius, I love.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Right, yeah, interrupt my dead dog story.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But no, so what had happened, because people was asking me on Facebook, it was like, what happened? So I had left them in the care with some other people, and they called me and was like, something's wrong with him, come over. So when I went over, obviously he was sick, something went right, and so I was like, well, let me just take him home with me and let him kind of sleep it off and be all, you know, we'll see what happens in the morning after he probably sleeps on it. But when I took him home, and after like a couple of hours, he started having really bad seizures and really bad diarrhea, and blood was coming out of his mouth, and it was so horrible.
Oh man.
And so I was like, okay, well, let me find a 24-hour vet, because by the time it was like 10 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, let me find a 24-hour vet. Had got to the vet, they pissed me off, because they was they was telling me how to fill out paperwork, but I'm like, he's been having seizures for like 10, 15 minutes. Can y'all just come get him and I'll fill out the paperwork? Mm-hmm. And then filled out the paperwork, and then they called me because of what's going on, you can't just go in anymore.
Right.
And so I sat outside, filled out the paperwork, and they called me. It was like, we were able to stop the seizures, but you know, it's going to be this much to basically just to see what's wrong with him, not even treatment. Mm-hmm. Ooh, excuse me. And then they and I had told them, I said that he had been having seizures for so long, like really bad.
Yeah.
To where he was like bucking and like scooting himself across the floor. Like that's how bad his seizures were. And he was barking, like bark crying and stuff. Yeah. So I was like, he's been having seizures for so long. Odds are he probably already have brain damage.
Right.
And then I can't afford $1,000 bill just to see what's wrong with him. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's not even including treatment and stuff. So I was like, so let's go ahead and just go into the next option with euthanization. And, you know, they quoted me and they were like, do you want to come in and see how, you know, and watch it? And I was like, yeah, I'll come in and see. I'll come in and watch it. And went in, watched them euthanize them, put them to sleep. And it was a horrible experience. I didn't want to experience something like that. Really didn't want to. And girl, I cried as soon as they opened the door, because they was like, you can come in as long as you wear your mask and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so when I went in, as soon as they opened the door, I just bust out crying. Yeah. And then went into the room and I watched him, you know, while he's laying down on the thing or whatever, and it was getting ready to do it. It was like, do you want any minutes with him or whatever? I was like, no, let's just go and just get this over with, because I can't.
Right.
I'm not finna put myself through this, so let's go ahead and just try to get this over with. Mm. And so while they were doing it, I'm still crying. Thank God I had a mask on, because my cries are ugly.
Right. That long ass.
Girl, I don't know. Even I just know with mine, I'm just like, but, and then when they finished, it was like, do you want extra? I was like, no. And so I got his collar where his name tag and stuff was at. So I grabbed that, put it next to his baby picture, and then got to the house, and Jazz was with me, my other dog, the oldest dog that I've had. Right. She was with me, and she was extra playful that night. I think she wanted to like try to cheer me up type of stuff. And so, sensing that stuff. Right. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, this is just, I had blamed myself, because I was like, I should have went and got him when I had the chance. Right. Because he was over there, and I had left him well, first of all, I took Jazz and Sterling over there. Like, left them over there while I tried to find, like, a bigger place to live, or at least a yard for them to play in. And I ended up taking Jazz because I was used to having her inside of an apartment or whatever, and Sterling was used to being outside. So I was like, I didn't want him coming in and destroying stuff like he usually do.
Right.
So I left him there, and I kind of wish I would have just took both of them at the same time, and then they would have been perfectly fine. I feel like that's probably would have happened, but it didn't. So the only thing I can do is just accept what happened.
Right. Well, I am sorry to hear that. Cause
Right. I thought I was going to cry talking about this because I was crying yesterday and the day before.
Yeah. It's hard. It's like, that's
right.
It's like your child.
Right.
So.
And I hate when people be like, oh, it's just a dog. I hate when people say stuff like that because especially when, like, knowing me, my chances of, like, having a child or making a child is, like, slim to none. And so, like, I can't go be with a woman and then have a baby that way. And then even if I wanted to do, like, the test tube babies or whatever, I have to pay, like, a whole bunch of extra money just to do that.
No, you don't. You get you one of those squirters from Walmart. I think it's a turkey baster. And then
well, first I got to find somebody.
Oh, I know somebody. Let me know when you're trying to do it.
Well, you know what? Remind me when I'm talking out loud to pornographic material, I get a turkey base there. But I have to go through all this rigmarole to basically have a child. So dogs is like the closest thing to the real thing.
Right.
And so I took care of both of my dogs, all the dogs that I've had. I've taken care of them. And once you take care of something for so long, and then they be there with you through sad and happy and mad times, you get attached to them.
Right. Dogs are like the best children anyway.
Right. They don't talk back. Well, no, I take that back because my dogs did.
But they still do it.
Yeah, they'll bark back.
Boy, shut up.
I used to do Jess like that all the time because I would try to like discipline her, and then she'll like snarl her nose at me, like try to like be aggressive. I'm like, girl, I wish you would. Don't you talk back to me.
My dog is super spoiled. His ass is, but his butt is spoiled. He's spoiled. I told him yesterday I was going to kick him clear across the grass if he don't stop messing with me. Because he think he hard. And he ain't number 12 pounds.
And that's what it be the small ones.
Yeah, he think he gangsta. I'm like, boy, I would slide you. Stop playing with me, Seven.
So when people say it's just a dog, I was like, no, it's not just the dog. Yeah. Like they are real. They are living beings that you take care of.
And they got souls. I believe dogs have souls.
Yeah, and they got feelings. Yeah, all of that.
And when they have an attitude, they have attitude.
Yeah, plenty of time. Like Jazz the other day had flipped the bowl over because she would take food out of her bowl and put it on the carpet and eat it. Yeah. And so I pushed it far away from the carpet. And then she went and got the bowl, went back to the carpet, and flipped the bowl over on the carpet. And then came back to me, like all in my face, because I was in the bed, and came all in my face. And I was like, what the hell? And then I looked, and I was like, I saw all the dog food on the floor, on the carpet. Yeah. And so I threatened her with the vacuum cleaner because she's scared.
She's scared. That's how Seven is. He's scared of that vacuum and that broom. Right. He get that broom out, he run up under the bed. He like,
Right. So I threatened with it, but that was like our little argument. And I was like, girl, just because you mad don't mean you can do this.
Right. Try me. Because I was, girl.
Try me.
That's the reason why I had to get a boy dog. Because girl dogs be having attitudes worse than boy dogs. Yeah. Like Seven, he get mad, he'll side-eye you.
It's that minstrel.
Yeah, that's what it is. But he'll side-eye you, but all you got to do is just be like, Seven, come here. And he'll be like, what's up? I'm like, you so easy. You just give in that fast.
Right, well, you just like his owner. Anyway.
Excuse me, don't talk about my daughter like that.
I was talking about you.
I ain't easy. Shit, I don't know where you get that
Girl,
from.
like Sunday morning.
I learned it from you. You one gave me the book. So what you mad for it?
Right. Let's move on.
I wish I was easy. Life would be a lot funner.